know that I could turn werewolf at night. Yeah, yeah. You know that I really me when I stay on site. You on site, yeah. You know that I could turn water straight to wine, yeah. This money fall from the sky and it's on. I ain't gonna lie, I look much better on camera when the sun's out. What's up, guys? Chris Productions here, and I'm back with another amazing video. Today, I got celebrities that work normal jobs now. I might recognize some of these people, and I might not, because I don't be knowing celebrities' names or who they really be. For that matter, I know them from the show or the movie that they was in, but not them. But I ain't gonna do too much talking though, so let's go ahead and get into the video. And yeah.
From Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka to the Shermanator from American Pie. These are celebrities who work normal jobs now, beginning with Hayden Christensen, who gave up his fame as a Hollywood actor to return to the world of manual labor. After appearing in the third Star Wars movie back in 2005, Christensen explained that he felt he hadn't really earned his fame, stating, "I guess I felt like I had this great thing in Star Wars that provided all these opportunities and gave me a career, but it all kind of felt a little too handed to me," also adding that he liked the idea of deliberately sabotaging his fame just so he could start from scratch. You can't
This is an example of pure stupidity. Like, I guess he was trying to make himself feel powerful by saying that, or like trying to like make it deep. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like people try to like whenever they do something retarded, they try to make it seem like it's like a deeper meaning and it's like meaningful and all. You gave up millions. You gave up millions. That's pretty much what you did. You did one of the worst things up and coming actor should ever. What are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna sabotage my fame to start from scratch. You already started from scratch and you got to Star Wars. You know how many people wish they can get to Star Wars? Let's just continue the video.
Years off and not have it affect your career, he admitted. But I don't know, in a weird sort of destructive way, there was something appealing about that to me. For this reason, Christensen decided to purchase a farm just outside of Toronto, Canada, so he could get into the world of agriculture, stating, "I'm trying to figure it out, it's all new to me, but I would eventually like it to be a fully operational farm with livestock and different crops. I've got a tractor and an excavator, and I'm learning to use all the construction equipment. Right now there's an apple orchard that I want to extend, and I've started a small vegetable garden, and I want to turn a hayfield into lavender," which also led to his own line of country clothing through a company called RW&Co. Christensen has since been spotted at numerous farmers markets and maintains that the farm is going well.
How's things going, man? How's the farm? Good. Farm's good.
However, while Hayden Christensen is still
I don't
of
think it's
working
good.
for himself,
I
Stephen
don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. If you ask me, I don't think it's good.
Different type of employment since he played Beans in Even Stevens. After the show came to an end in 2003, Lawrence struggled to land any further teen roles as he went bald only 1 year later at the age of 14, stating in a Vice interview, "I mean, it sucks, but you come to terms with it." During the same interview, Lawrence explained that both of his parents were then diagnosed with cancer, making it even more difficult for him to return to acting, having stated, "You're being a caregiver, you've got to be there to change diapers. And you can't do that when you're on auditions. That's physically impossible, it just wouldn't work." After both of his parents tragically passed away, Lawrence returned to the workforce as a part-time actor alongside another interesting job, Santa's Little Helper at the Sun Valley Shopping Center. Fans have been flocking to the mall to get their own selfie with Beans, and he seems to be having a good time with it. If Instagram captions are to be believed, he's making dreams come true, which is certainly more than that mall Santa can say. Beans explained in the Vice interview that he took the role to honor his father, stating, "Dad was really into Christmas. He was a big Clark Griswold guy. So this was kind of my way to feel close to him during the holidays and do something cool for people." However, it was Lloyd from The Shining who decided that the world of media just wasn't for him. Apart from 2 other minor appearances, The Shining became Danny's only major role on the big screen, and considering he was only 6 years old at the time, he'd returned to school like any other person. "I'm glad I was in The Shining. It just wasn't something that panned out, and I decided to go back to being a regular kid in school. I worked at the local Walmart, I also worked on a hog farm driving
the actor life, superstar life, rap star life, all these big industry, like mainstream status stuff that people will be seeing on social media and everything like that. It's not for everybody, man. Like, it's only for, like, stuff like that is really, like, for the people who like literally like rap is their whole life. Like YouTube is their whole life. Acting is their whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't half step rap and expect to be up there with Lil Baby in them. You can't half step YouTube and expect to be up there with Kai Cenat in them. You know what I'm saying? You can't half step acting and expect to be up there with Dwayne Johnson and everybody else like that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, for somebody like him, I mean, he was only 6, so I mean, what can you really do it as? I mean, well, no, because kids can really run it up and be stars out here just like everybody else. But I mean, I don't know. If I was him, I would have kept going though. I'm not saying he was right.
And working with the Hogs. A Hollywood life probably wouldn't have been for me anyway. In a different interview, Danny explained that he used these farm jobs to pay his way through university, which ultimately led to the full-time job he works now, biology teaching at a high school. Lloyd learned fast that being the kid from The Shining was not a fact he needed to share with pupils looking for chinks in his authority. It was disruptive in class, so that's when I began to really play it down. Were the kids waggling their fingers hissing red rum? He laughs good-naturedly, yes, very occasionally, but enough for me to know I had to downplay it. As a teacher, you're supposed to be in control, which has got to be an outlook shared by
forget that. I would have been up in there like, yo, I was in The Shining. Y'all go watch it. I would have been boasting. It's a famous movie. What you mean? I'm about to tell people.
Who also ditched Hollywood to work in education. After playing the character Newt in the 1986 classic Aliens, Penn decided not to pursue full-time acting.
I would have been like, yo, go to that scene right there. You can see me right there.
And instead continued with her schooling. For this reason, she fell out of the public spotlight for over 30 years, returning in a 2016 Comic-Con interview with Kevin James to state that she'd rather found traditional employment.
I always wanted to be a teacher, so I went to school to be a teacher.
Yo, who actually wants to be a teacher? No, like let's break down a teacher for a second. Let's break down the job of being a public school, high school teacher. First of all, right, you're in a room with about roughly, my classes, if I'm going off of what my class was, you're in a room with about roughly 12 kids, right? 12 kids that are not listening to you. They're either listening to music on their AirPods, watching videos on YouTube on the Chromebook, or sleeping. Like, none of us are listening to you. We don't care what you're talking about, right? And you're giving out these whole lessons every single day, talking to a brick wall. Talking to a brick wall for minimum to... I be saying, like, I don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, y'all ain't getting paid that much. Y'all, like, I've been seeing teachers, they can't even pay the bills for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why do y'all want to be a teacher? Why? I mean, I guess I hear a lot of people be like, oh, because nobody's going to care about the kids if we don't care about the kids. We don't even care about ourselves. we don't even care about this place. Why do you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my hot take on that. That whole teacher, I would never. And much love and much respect to all the teachers out there. I ain't trying to diss nobody. No disrespect to your profession. I'm just saying, why? Like, I'm just saying.
Yet it was Vanilla Ice whose career change was significantly more surprising.
Teachers are important, though. I'm not saying that teachers ain't important. Teachers are important.
He found massive success in 1990 with the now infamous song
Oh, is that Vanilla Ice?
Yet his music career had almost no longevity, with many considering Vanilla Ice to be a one-hit wonder. With his music career in the dumps, Vanilla Ice tried his hand at motocross racing and even professional jet skiing, which worked reasonably well given he peaked as the world's #6 ranked sit-down jet ski racer, competing nearly every weekend and earning a Kawasaki sponsorship. At the same time, Vanilla Ice began to go down a dark path of drug addiction, leading to his disappearance from the spotlight. However, in 2010, the name would reappear in a show about houses called the Vanilla Ice Project. He'd become a renovator. The show ran for over 9 years, displaying countless different construction projects, yet this wasn't the only normal job that Vanilla Ice wound up doing. In 2013...
Ain't no normal job. He up there with, what's the boy's name? Y'all know the twin brothers that be breaking down houses and rebuilding them? He up there with them.
Article was published to the website Joe reading, "He's transformed himself from rapper to lighting salesman. We guess when the lights go out on a rapping career, you have to find a way to turn them on again. But by selling
Why y'all gotta diss him, bro? Why y'all gotta diss him? He trying. he trying. He trying.
lights and lighting designs, really? Mr. Ice currently works for Capital Lighting in Florida and has designed what he calls Vanilla Ice Lighting, a line of chandeliers and wall sconces.
He need to let the Vanilla Ice thing go, bro. He need to let the Vanilla Ice name go, bro. That's just let it go, bro.
Check out this advert for lighting.
Detach yourself from that name.
Itself. And yes, he actually says lights, lights, baby. However, it
Oh
was
God, he says lights, baby. What are you talking about right now,
Peter
bro?
Ostrom from Willy Wonka, who
God
decided that
dang, people don't even remember that song. Like, you're lucky I remember that song.
instead of living in a chocolate factory, heard rather look after animals.
Never heard that
Shortly
song since
after
I was in
appearing
single
the film,
digits.
The Ostrom family purchased a horse, sparking what would become a lifelong interest in farm animals. After finishing high school, Ostrom worked in an equestrian center in Pennsylvania, which was followed by his college graduation with a veterinary degree, having been inspired by the vet who looked after the family horse. I can remember the veterinarian coming out and taking care of the horses, and it made a huge impression on me. This person really enjoyed what he did for a living. My father was a lawyer and I really didn't have a clue what he did all day, but I knew exactly what the veterinarian did. Someone making a living from something he enjoyed so much really sparked my interest. Ostrom was so entrenched in the idea of becoming a vet that he never returned to Hollywood. His one and only acting role, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, having stated, "Acting was fine, but I wanted something more steady, and the key is to find something that you love doing, and that's what my profession has given me." Although he's not the only celebrity on this list to dedicate his life to the medical field, as Jennifer Stone from The Wizards of Waverly Place followed a similar pathway. Only 1 year after the show came to an end in 2012, Stone was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, with her experience in the hospital inspiring her to join the medical field.
Wanted to make sure that nobody ever had to experience that when they were going through uncertainty.
And let's get on the nurses. Since I'm talking about everybody's job, let's go ahead and get on the nurses. Why do y'all want to be, other than the pay? I think nurses and doctors and people in the medical field, I think they get a good amount. Well, how much is let's look it up. So I make around 94 to 140K a year. A registered nurse will make around 94 to 140. Oh, that's a 100. Yeah, 140K a year. But let me tell you why the money's not worth it though, right? As a nurse, you know what you really gotta go through, bro? Like, a lot of people, they just see the little blue get down that the nurses be wearing, and the mask, and they be seeing the little hair. They be thinking the nurses be looking cute. That's a lot of people be thinking. You know what I'm saying? They be thinking that, oh, it's gonna be a little fun job. They think they helping people. Bro, you're gonna get into that office, bro. I said office. You're gonna get into that hospital, bro. You're gonna be dealing with shooting victims, drug addicts. You're gonna be dealing with people who don't want you to help them. You're gonna be dealing with paranoid people. You're gonna be dealing with people who are coming in with all kinds of injuries. You're gonna be coming in with people that got their freaking arm cut off. You're gonna be seeing all kinds of gore. You're gonna be seeing, or is that doctors? Nurses gotta deal with that too, right? Well, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about everybody in the medical field. Why? I mean, y'all are important compared to celebrityism and starism and just being a internet personality. Like, which one y'all pick? Which one y'all pick? I would pick being a celebrity. I'm sorry, I would pick being a celebrity than going into the medical field and having to deal with all that. I mean, each one is stressful because you gotta still deal. Like, being a celebrity is not just easy, you know what I'm saying? Some would say that it's harder than, some of the regular jobs, but I don't know.
It's a drop in the bucket, but it was something I could do.
While maintaining minor acting roles on the side, Stone began to volunteer at a Burbank medical center, and by 2019 she'd become a fully qualified nurse, stating, "I just see so much more of humanity than I ever saw before nursing. I've seen parts of humanity that I don't know if I would have ever seen without it. It's a beautiful thing and it's heartbreaking, and it's a great reminder to be thankful for the things that you do have." Since becoming a registered nurse, it seems Jennifer Stone has pretty much retired from acting. However, However, this hasn't stopped her from being recognized by some of her patients.
And I have a lot of patients that are like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing being my nurse?
But whatever happened to the Shermanator from American Pie?
Hangry?
I've never seen
Time for
American
word?
Pie.
According to IMDb, real name Chris Owen continued to land role after role following the iconic performance, yet on the 28th of September 2012, a post was made to Reddit reading, "At a sushi restaurant in Santa Monica, the Shermanator was my waiter." Approximately 1 year later, additional
Nah, bro. Imagine you just working your job as a. My mom waving at me. Anyway, imagine you just working your job as a waiter, and then somebody from the table just out of nowhere just pulls their phone out like, "Y'all look, it's the Shermanator." And that's the thing about being a celebrity, bro. Like when you everywhere you go, you just got people just. You just got people. It's all a day, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like that's kind of like what I'm not looking forward to when it comes to getting big on YouTube and getting big with music and everything like that. Like you just got people just all day, just all day. It's like, bro.
photos were sent to the Radar website, with the sender stating it was kind of funny watching the Shermanator serve at a sushi restaurant. It was also sort of sad to see how quickly and easily an actor can fall from fame. No one in the restaurant even seemed to recognize him. When interviewed by the Daily News 3 years later, Owen stated, "Life doesn't always go the way you planned. I love acting and this job lets me stay in the fight. I get recognized a lot," he says. "I walk up to the table and see the look in their eyes. People get excited and it feels good. I like connecting with people for that brief moment in time," although in December 2018, it seemed Chris Owen recognized that he'd need a long-term career path, as he'd make a post to his Instagram stating that he'd joined a property company called Compass, with his following post showing that he'd become a real estate agent. But while Chris Owen took
Okay,
these
that's good.
positions out of necessity, it was Susan Boyle who got a day job just so she could return to being a normal person. Despite having a net worth of over $40 million, Susan has often been commended for living an extremely humble life, having raised over £42 million for charity whilst continuing to live in her childhood home.
Hold on, let's compare pounds to dollars. She made really She made $53 million. she made $53 million in United States in United States money. That's okay. Do your thing.
However, Susan Boyle's
I don't know what she was doing.
normality was best highlighted in an article from June 2014 titled "Millionaire Susan Boyle applies for a £6 an hour cashier job in her local bookmakers with the..."
Well, 53 million. Well, 42 considering where she's from, but we all know it's 53 million. We all know it's 53
Article reading, "The 52-year-old singer is reported to have applied for a minimum wage
And you in your 50s, you should be definitely retiring now with $53 million. Like,
£6 an hour cashier's job after spotting a job advert in the window of her local bookmakers, Ladbrokes. Upon reading the advert on Thursday afternoon, Susan entered the premises and spent around 5 minutes talking to the shop's deputy manager David Kaur, 28, about the role. Susan Boyle walked into the shop and inquired about the job advertised in our window. We were all in shock. Obviously she doesn't need the money, so I think she saw it as a way of getting her out of her house and taking her mind off things, with the article also implying that
Just
it'd
did
be
it
a
'cause
good
she
way
bored.
for her to reintegrate with the local community. Interestingly, it seems Boyle didn't end up getting the job. However, Kevin Jonas was a little bit lucky.
they ain't
The
even
Jonas
give her a
brothers
job.
took
Like, girl, please, all that money. They want to hire you.
hiatus back in 2013, two of the brothers pursued their own solo projects, yet the third brother, Kevin, decided to leave music altogether and walk a slightly different path. He dived into the world of construction, creating a property development business called Jonas Werner, and would also become the co-CEO of a social media business called the Blue Market Company. But while you could still consider this far from a normal job, it's time to talk about Nikki Blonsky, who's perhaps one of the greatest examples of giving up fame to go back to a regular life. Blonsky's first ever acting role was in Hairspray the movie, so it was kind of funny that only 4 years later, she'd get her cosmetology license before landing a job as a hairstylist in her hometown. Superstar is happy to
How did
announce
you
our
get
newest
there?
employee, our cosmetologist Nikki Blonsky from Hairspray, which was followed by a tweet to Nikki Blonsky's Twitter confirming her new part-time position. It's true I'm working at Superstar Salon as a makeup artist, and I'm proud to be working and helping pay bills, but I'll never lose sight of my dreams. Just because I'm part-time working doesn't mean I'm gonna give up on my dreams, and don't give up on yours. I might book something big soon, keep positive, and apparently she made the right decision.
That's another thing when it comes to these actors and stuff like that. They have to get accepted into the movie. Like, you can't just go in and just act whenever you want. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube and music and stuff like that. Like, I can just go on Logic Pro X and just start making a hit song whenever I feel like it. I can turn on my new camera and make a video whenever I feel like it. But actors, they gotta get agents. They gotta go through steps. They gotta take auditions and all this extra stuff just to maybe land a role in a movie or in a show that might do good on television. Crazy.
By doing this, given the customer feedback. I was so surprised today when I showed up at Superstar to get my makeup done, and it turned out to be Nikki Blonsky applying it. She did a great job, and I really look
That's
like
the
a
end of the video.
superstar.
That was the end of the video, y'all. So that's all I got for you guys. If you guys like this video and think it was a pretty cool video, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the post notifications. Share this video with all of your friends. And until next time, guys, peace out.